Good. Good. Guess you had to be there.
First time I heard this, everything changed. I was waiting for the bus. Field hockey practice. 13 years old. A couple of men stared at me from across the street. Eyes on my legs. I didn't understand. Did my skirt get caught in my underpants or something? So I scanned my uniform in the same order they did. From my Nike football shoes, my knee-high blue socks to my pleated navy mini skirt, but I just didn't see it. Looking for a clue, I awkwardly looked back at them. They looked hungry and proud. A combination I just didn't comprehend until suddenly it hit me. Hit me. Suddenly it hit me. It hit me. Yup. Suddenly, it hit me. How about you, Bolis?
It started with a love letter. I spent an hour in the shower, examining myself, looking for clues in the mirror. I tried to see myself through her eyes. So I comb my hair back, put some wax in it. I opened my dad's cupboard and I was drawn to the scent of a bottle, Acqua di Gio. Acqua di Gio. It hit me. Hit me. You know that it hit me. It hit me. Yep. Suddenly, it hit me.
In 4 steps. Read my favorite teenager magazine. I found my first guinea pig soon after. The pig was called Stefan. Step 1, grab food with tip of fingers. Step 2, pouch your lips and open your mouth. Step 3, take a bite and lick your fingers. Step 4, look boy, straight in the eye. That's where it went wrong. I just couldn't locate my mouth anymore. So the nacho fell straight into my empty bra. Stefan ended up with Naja.
We are live from KCRW HQ. My name is Travis Holcomb, feeling a little underdressed right now, I gotta be honest. I didn't expect you, Bolis, to come dressed to the nines today.
And he's like showing off. Like,
I'm doing it in 360, so the people at home can have a look at this.
So I'm here with Bolis Pupul
Exactly.
and Charlotte Adigéry.
Très bien.
Did I do that okay?
You did.
So by the time people will have heard this interview, you guys will have played 3 times in Southern California,
Mm-hmm.
which is crazy to think, just in this one year.
Yeah.
What were your impressions of, I guess, American audiences generally? And did anything surprise you about playing for Americans?
I was happily surprised. Like the first gig we did after COVID was in LA, and like the audience, they were so like engaged in the night, in the moment, in the show. It's cool to be like you're giving all you've got, but then feeling that the audience also gives like all they had, like and then it becomes like a very beautiful dance where you can kind of like collide. And we jumped into the crowd and we just melted into the crowd, I think.
Yeah, that's very well put, Boris.
All right, I'm
My
out.
God.
No, that was also like during a period of time where I feel like a lot of people, it was like their first show post-COVID that they had been to in a couple of years. So there was a lot of pent up.
I'm glad we could take the edge off.
And also, I think I felt kind of nervous to perform Topical Dancer for an American audience because some of the topics we talk about or we write about are, the European view about these things is different than the US view. Like, for example, Esperanto is about political correctness, what you can say, what you can't say. And sometimes we think these things go into extremes. And I was afraid that sarcasm, maybe it's not sarcasm, but just like
The irony.
the irony and the satire wouldn't be appreciated here because there's a different sensitivities. Like it's very delicate, but people got it and people forgave us, I think, or they understood and they were singing along. And also Blenda is a song which we talk about racism and that phrase that we hear so often, go back to the country where you belong. And here I think it's also very relevant.
Yeah.
But it has a different background. But actually, it feels like it's very, it's universal.
Yeah, it's just as relatable here.
Yeah. Don't sound like what I look like. Don't look like what I sound like. Don't sound like what I look like. Don't look like what I sound like to them.
How do you find the balance? Because you guys talk about weighty topics like misogyny and post-colonialism. And how do you find the balance between making a fun song and also talking about something serious?
I think that's something very personal because it's when you start talking about something and you know it's sensitive, it's something that you don't want to be belittling or moralizing the people, and that's the part that Charles and me, we just don't like that kind of tone in general. And for us, it was just we took some time to rearrange the words, to look for the best approach, and we found a very powerful ally in humor, and that's how we kind of found the balance. And I always like to say, like, humor, it gives oxygen to the conversation, especially when it's very serious topics and important topics. it's important that we laugh with ourselves, that we can get some more oxygen in our conversation.
And we don't, yeah, as you said, we don't claim anything or claim that we know. We think it's very important now is that people really listen to each other and not make it as like a hoe zei je dat, een wedstrijd?
Yeah, it's a competition.
Competition about who's right or whose view is the right view. Like, I think if we would all listen more and admit that sometimes we don't know, that certain conversations could flow better and we would evolve more.
Enough about me. How about you? Enough about me. How about you? Enough about me. How about you?
Actually, I should know better than this. And frankly, I don't want to sound bitter. This goes against everything I stand for. But it's easy, instantly satisfying. I know I'm being kind of passive aggressive right now. That is because you can't tell me anything when I'm on my throne. This is the royal revenge. Even if this is our swan song and we'll be stepping down soon. No, thank you. No, really, thank you. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I feel so blessed.
Can we go back to the beginning? How did this creative partnership first start?
We met at DEEWEE, which is a label and a studio founded by Stefan and David de Waele, who are Soulwax, and they are also Too Many DJs. And they, Boris, you've known them for a long time. Your father worked with Stefan, made TV together. And I got to know them when they were making the soundtrack of a movie called Belgica, and they asked musicians to participate. And yeah, we made a song together. I sang a song, and then it went so well that they asked me to make music on their label. And I had this writer's block. I felt super intimidated because they're living legends. Yeah. And then they said, okay, but maybe have you met Boris? Maybe you should try making music with him. And I've known him, but not really. Like, we live in the same small town in Belgium, so where everybody knows each other, but we didn't really know each other. So, but then when Stefan and David say something like that, you just trust them. You trust their instinct, and you're like, okay, let's do it. And that's how it started.
Your call is out. I wanna make you feel real nice. I wanna make you feel real funky. I bet this song sounds real familiar. Your call is out. I wanna make you feel real nice. I wanna make you feel real sexy. I bet this song sounds real familiar. I was standing in the rain. I want you to.
What's an example of like a lesson that you learned from the Soulwax brothers while you were making Topical Dancer?
For me, and I think for you too, is like, okay, but what are you really trying to say? Like, you have to really mean what you're saying. You can talk about anything, but you have to mean it. And sometimes they just help you to dig deeper within the The motive of the song, I don't know.
You were writing something about somebody else, and I think it was Steph or Dave, I don't remember, and they said like, "But why don't you write about yourself?" And then it was like, oh, okay. And then you just started writing like everything that came into your mind, like for 30 minutes or 17 minutes long. And I think that's a big achievement. And I think that process really translated into the album, and how you connected with that voice inside of you, and you found this kind of creativity and a place where you could tell something about yourself that went deeper than everything we had done before, I think.
Yeah, I think it's finding comfort and being comfortable within your own vulnerability, and realizing that that's pure strength. Daring to go there, that's something I've learned with them. Like, okay, just be honest, be you.
Reappropriate your sexuality. Accept and celebrate your sensuality. The broken child in you set her free. Reclaim your womanhood by saying what you need. Reappropriate your sensuality. You've got the right to femininity. It's yours to give, it's yours to keep. Reclaim your womanhood by saying what you
Charlotte, Bolis, you guys are amazing. We love your album here at KCRW, and thanks for
We
performing.
love you too. Like, it's for me, it's a dream, and for you as well. I think to like come true to be on the radio here and talking to you guys.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Thank you, Travis.